Hello, Tiddlywinkles. Sorry I missed yesterday with the story. It was a very busy day yesterday. We danced in the street to 2 songs. We did a quiz with all the family and we finished Stephanie's puzzle. We were very busy and lots of gardening as well. So, back on the story today, and it's chapter 4 and it's The Space Being and the Iron Man. Ooh, space being. Let's have a listen. One day there came strange news because, of course, you've got to remember that the Iron Man is in the metal recycling centre place and he's eating all the old cars and all the old metal and he's quite happy, isn't he, at the moment? Okay, and that was the last picture we saw of him eating chains and cars. Yeah? So, one day there came strange news. Everybody was talking about it. Round eyes and busy mouths and frightened voices. Everybody was talking about it. One of the stars of the night sky had begun to change. This star had always been a very, very tiny star of no importance at all. It had shone up there for billions and trillions and zillions of years in the constellation of Orion. That great shape of the giant hunter that strides across space on autumn and winter nights. In all its time, this tiny star had never changed in any way. Now, suddenly, it began to get bigger. Astronomers peering through their telescopes noticed it first. They watched it with worried frowns. That tiny star was definitely getting bigger. And not just bigger, but bigger and bigger and bigger, and each night it was bigger. Bigger than the Dog Star, the large coloured twinkler at the heel of the hunter Orion. Bigger than Jupiter, the great blazing planet. Everybody could see it clearly. Night after night it grew and grew and grew. They stared up with frightened faces. Till at last it hung there in the sky over the world, blazing down the size of the moon, a deep, gloomy red. And now there could be only one explanation. That star was getting bigger because it was getting nearer and nearer and nearer and nearer. It was rushing towards the world faster than a bullet, faster than any rocket, faster even than a meteorite. And if it hit the world at that speed, why, the whole world would simply be blasted to bits in the twinkling of an eye. It would be like an express train hitting a bowl of goldfish. No wonder the people stared up with frightened faces. No wonder the astronomers watched it through their telescopes with worried frowns. But all of a sudden, a strange thing. The star seemed to have stopped. There it hung, a deep and gloomy red, just the size of the moon. It got no smaller. It got no bigger. It wasn't coming any nearer, but it wasn't going away either. Now everybody tried to explain why and how this was, what had happened, what was happening, what was going to happen. And now it was that the next strange thing occurred. The astronomers noticed it first. I wonder what the next strange thing could be. Look, they're reading the newspapers there, looking very worried. Everybody doesn't know what's happening. So what is this next strange thing that occurred? In the middle of the giant star, a tiny black speck appeared. On the second night, this speck was seen to be wriggling and much bigger. On the third night, you could see it without a telescope. A struggling black speck in the centre of the giant red gloomy star. Oh my goodness, what could it be? On the fifth night, the astronomers saw that it seemed to be either a bat or a black angel or a flying lizard. A dreadful silhouette flying out of the centre of that giant star straight towards the earth. What was coming out of the giant star? Each night when the astronomers returned to their telescopes to peer up, this black flying horror was bigger. With slow, gigantic wing beats, with long, slow writhings of its body, it was coming down through space, outlined black against its red star. Within a few more nights, its shape had become completely blotted out. Within a few more nights, its shape had completely blotted out the red star. The nameless, immense bat angel was flying down at the earth like a great black swan. It was definitely coming straight at the earth. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to start again in a minute, okay? Send you the next one in a mo. Mwah.